Well, hey, welcome. It's Brian up here in Kingfield, Maine. This is a reshoot of a video because I did one. If you search my YouTube, you'll see this guitar from about a week and a half ago. This is one I'm presenting on Reverb for sale, and I had done a video on it. And then listening to it through my Bose earbuds, I thought it sounded plinky, sort of tinny or something. So I went back and I did a refret of the first 5 frets. I mentioned in that video, if you watch that one, I'm going to try to keep this one a little shorter, but if you watch that one, I'll mention that the first 3 or 4 frets had some decent divots in it that didn't seem to affect play wear. It really wasn't noticeable playing it, but it just didn't sound right. And I didn't notice it kind of watching and listening through my iPhone, but when I was listening away at work this week with my Bose earbuds in, it just didn't have the sound I was looking for. I think it does now. Of course, I'm playing the Rain song there because this is a 1960s Harmony Sovereign H1260. It is the big jumbo harmony that Jimmy Page wrote like a bunch of the Led Zeppelin stuff on. Apparently, he just loved them for various tunings, open tunings. This one is a D, G, C, G, C, D tuning for the Rain song. It sounds awesome in open tunings. It sounds great tuned up normal. I'll play a few things here as we get going. This is one that I got a hold of that had been stripped all the way. And if you look at my Reverb listing, you'll see that it had no finish at all. It was just beat up. And these originally came ladder braced, and this was a good candidate for my X-brace conversion process, as well as doing a complete once-over on it. So, on with it. You can watch the other video and you will get some more information if you want, but I'll kind of repeat myself here in case you only see the one. This is a large size. It's not a dreadnought, but it's the big Sovereign H1260, 16 inches across the bottom, kind of narrow-waisted, but kind of a jumbo version of like a triple O or an OM. It's not really a dread shape. It's its own shape. It is solid spruce top, solid mahogany back and sides, solid mahogany neck, Brazilian rosewood fretboard in this era, because this is a 60s one, and this has a replacement bridge that I built for it. So what I do is I take the back off, I take all the bracing out, I thin down the top from the inside, because these are usually about 1/8 to like 0.130 inches thick. And what I do is I thin them down to about 0.105 to 110, 105 along the edges and about 0.110, in the meat of it. That way it lets the top move a little bit more. Then it's been X-brace converted. This has a 98-degree standard Martin style forward shifted X-brace. Not as forward as some of things like HD28s. The center of the X is about 1 inch, 1.25 inches back from the hole. So it's not shoved all the way up there, but it's pretty forward shifted. Solid maple bridge plate underneath the Indian rosewood pin bridge that I've installed. 2 tone bars, finger braces on the side, transverse bar. Original stuff on this, fretboard is original, truss rod works, the tuners are original. Bonk, I just bumped it right there. That's all right though. Tuners are original. This has a brand new bridge, bone saddle. One thing I did change when I did the refret was I did a moose antler nut for it. That's sort of my touch living up here in Maine. I used moose antler and I made a nice nut for it there. It really got some cool tones to it. Kind of looks like marble. First 5 frets are refretted. The rest of them were in decent shape, and they're as close to the same size as I could get. I mean, on the calipers, they're just about identical. So it's got a new pick guard, new black one, new binding all the way around. This thing, like I said, was in rough shape. It really was stripped nasty, and the binding was so thin where it had been sanded that there was nothing left to put back on. I decided to go a little different. I usually, do these period correct in cream, but I didn't have any cream that matched the binding on the fretboard. The stuff I had was more yellow looking, and I didn't have any grained ivory, but I had some really nice, beautiful celluloid tortoise. So I decided to go with the tortoise. Kind of gives it a little bit of a Martin D18 look to it, I think. But all in all, I'm very happy with this. This thing is a great player now, deep and rich. It's very loud. And boy, I'll tell you, and you get into this, just amazing. and just normal tuning. It's just very bright, very loud. And because it is the stairway model, I mean, we got to do at least one little round of anyway, that's all. Like I said, there's another video on it if you want to. I go into a little more detail of what I did to it, but I think I pretty much covered it all on this as well. 60s. I couldn't find a date stamp inside. They usually say F and then a 2-digit number, or S for fall or spring, or first and second, whichever website you read. I can't remember, with a 2-digit date. I didn't see that on this one, but based on the script logo and the accoutrements of this, it's somewhere between 63 and 69. Solid mahogany back and sides, full refinish. Look at that, beautiful. That's a beautiful grain. Full refinish on the top. All I used for finish with this was a hand rubbed True Oil, so it's a very thin finish. It's really letting the top resonate. Tortoise binding, X-brace conversion, Indian rosewood bridge, bone saddle, moose antler nut, Brazilian rosewood fretboard with a neck reset, action low and high about 0.080 on the low side, 0.070 on the top, so somewhere around 5/64 and 4/64, and saddle left for doing any more adjustments if you need it. Take a look. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.